Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear respected brothers, sisters, and young friends in Islam, we've covered 5 exceptions to backbiting, when you can backbite, and now we're going to cover the 6th one. If you've missed the previous 5 exceptions, go back and check on our YouTube as well as our TikTok. You can follow us on TikTok and you can subscribe on YouTube, inshallah. What is the 6th exception? The 6th exception is when somebody is doing a sin publicly. For example, somebody doing a sin on Instagram, somebody doing a sin in the streets, somebody doing it where many people can see. And that person doing the sin or doing the bad thing doesn't really care whether other people see them or not. That is a situation where it's not considered backbiting. Now, you might see a friend, you might see a stranger, uncle, auntie doing something wrong, but they're trying to hide it. It's not your job to go and expose them, right? It's not your job to go and expose them. I'll give you an example. Your friend makes a mistake, they do a slip up, you're not supposed to expose them. But for example, President Trump, he does something wrong, you're allowed to mention it. There's nothing wrong. He's doing it on a public level, a complete public level. I want to add one more exception that's not part of the 6 that the scholars have mentioned, and this exception is sort of a modern exception, and that is the exception of therapy. You might go to a therapist, a counselor, and you might have to recollect events and stories about other people in order to get the medical attention and help that you need, in order to get the therapy that you need. This is not considered backbiting. Why? Because backbiting is haram, because it destroys brotherhood and sisterhood. But because there's a sense of confidentiality in therapy, that effect is not actually in play, meaning you don't destroy brotherhood, you don't destroy sisterhood, because the therapist is not allowed to say anything to anyone else legally. And so again, these are the 6 exceptions plus the one that I just mentioned as well. Please go check out our videos. Please follow us. We're trying to get 1,000 followers so that we can go live on TikTok, answer questions for Muslims and non-Muslims alike. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.